What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in the last episode I showed you guys how to determine if your control arms are bad, and as you saw both in my 335i and the GTI, which is in front of me right there, the control arms are bad. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do exactly that. We're going to change the control arms. I'm going to teach you how to change the control arms specifically on the Mark IV GTI. So I got the parts from FCP Euro because they provide a lifetime warranty, so whenever they go bad again I can just buy the parts, ship the bad ones back, and basically just pay for shipping because they refund me the money. That's how their lifetime warranty works. As long as you're the owner of the car, you can just keep replacing the parts, and I plan on keeping this car, so it's worth the money, you know. So let me get to the parts. Alright guys, so here we have the control arms that I ordered. Ignore that because FCP Euro does a lifetime warranty. I don't necessarily know the brand. Like I don't even think that they're a well-known brand. But they had good reviews, so that's why I went with them. And if they're bad, I got lifetime warranty with FCP Euro. So here's the control arm. It looks really good. I gotta compare it to the OEM one, but everything looks good. This bushing looks good. This is what goes bad. I suppose this one goes bad too. I don't know if this was a solid one or it looks like it has a bushing there, but either way it's all gonna get replaced. Now the only part that I'm gonna remove from this control arm is this right here. Because I cannot remove the nut that goes on top of here that connects to the assembly, to the hub. So that I will not be able to use. So all I'm gonna do is take this out and then just stick it in without this, and then sometime in the future I'm gonna go ahead and change that, just that specifically. But for now it's just gonna be the control arm. Alright guys, so now first things first, in order to remove the control arm, we're gonna have to remove this wheel. In order to remove the wheel, we gotta loosen the nuts that are in here. I am missing one right here, but that's not the issue right now. I gotta jack the car up, remove the wheel, and then we'll take a look under, okay? So let's start by jacking up the car. Alright guys, so to remove the wheel, like I was saying, you're going to need a 17, and I like to use a pry bar. You can use the tools that come with the car that are in the trunk, but I like to use a pry bar. It's a lot easier. Alright guys, so first things first, before we jack up the car, we are going to loosen the nuts. That way once the car is in the air, it is good to go. That's why I like to use the pry bar, because it gives you more leverage when removing these nuts. And just lean into it and take it out. Alright, so once you've jacked up the car and the tire is a little bit off the ground, enough to take the wheel off, you can go ahead and take the other nuts off. I have this power tool that I'm just gonna, unbolt real quick all the nuts. And just like that, wheel comes out. Now I'm gonna put this wheel underneath the car just in case the jack decides to, collapse. Then I have that safety underneath. It'll just crush the wheel and not me. Just like that. That should be good. Alright, once you get the wheel off, take a look under here. You have the control arm right there. Yes, my axle is shot as well, but can't replace that. Don't have money for it right now. So all I'm gonna do is replace the control arm, and you will have to remove this nut back here. Let me get you guys a better view. This nut right here, I'm not sure of the sizes. And then at the bottom here, we're gonna remove these smaller nuts. It's 3 of them. Remember I told you I wasn't gonna use that one piece. Well, this is where it connects to. And this nut over here. So in total it's 1, 2, 3, then 3 here, right here, right there. That's 6. If I'm not mistaken, this one right here has a nut on top of it. Yep. We'll see if we can take a look at that. Gotta get a wrench in there and you know, right there to stop that nut from turning. Alright guys, so first things first, I'm going to remove the nuts that are under here. I'll show you a picture. I should pop up the picture right now showing you the nuts that are under here. I'm going to remove those 3 nuts, and then I'm going to remove that nut and that nut. Here we go. Alright, so the nuts underneath are 13. And on top of those nuts, you have this bracket right here. This is what holds those nuts. That's where they screw into. Now we're gonna remove this nut and that nut. So 16. So first I'm gonna loosen it with this, if I can. Seems like I'm gonna need the pry bar maybe. Yep, I'm gonna need the pry bar. There you go. Let's see if I can do it with the ratcheting wrench now. Side note, that was under pressure and now it's not. That's why you saw it pop out like that. I was not expecting that. Be careful if you're under the car. That nut is gonna fly like that, and this will come down a little bit, so be careful. Learn from my dumb experience. But now this is loose, as you can see, and it'll be easier to remove the control arm that way. Okay. All right, so now for the second nut back here, right there. That one is an 18. Sometimes you have to get creative and do things like this. This is from the jack. Use it to loosen it, because it gives you better leverage. And then the ratchet and wrench is inside. So now that it's semi-loose, we can see if we can hit it with this. All right, so that nut is out. Now we move to the one, and the last and final one, which is in the back. All right, in order to remove that nut, you gotta get a wrench in there. I don't know what size it is, we're gonna see. And then there is a bolt underneath as well. I don't know what size that is too. We're gonna find out. All right, after further investigation, it was found that it was an 18. So that's an 18. The bottom one I don't know yet. Let's try a 17 and see. It's not a 17, so it should be an 18. And that right there That right there is the bolt. Once you remove that and you removed all the other bolts, you gotta wiggle this out the way so you can remove the control arm. Let's try and do that. I don't know. Maybe it won't come out. See if we can finesse this out of here. There you go. Nut came out. Nut came out by itself. So the main issue at the moment is down here where the control arm connects to this via the 3 nuts. I gotta work with that a little bit, see how I can finagle it out. All right, guys. Quick update. As you can see, that car got the best of me. I'm taking a quick break because I had to do a lot. Whew. It's hot out here. I'm not in the garage. I'm in the daylight. Sun is hitting me and it's hot. But good news, I was able to get the control arm with the little knuckle out. I don't know how. I had to do a lot. I don't know. It was a miracle because I know that what I had to do in order to get that out. Oof. Oh my God, check it out. All right, so here's the old control arm. As you can see, I was able to get this bad boy out. So I wasn't planning on taking this out. This, like, I don't know what this is called, but as you can see, there is a star right here, right? There is, let me see. There you go. You see, so you're supposed to put something in there to prevent this from spinning to get the nut out, because there's a nut that goes there too. You see those threads? There's a nut that goes there. Well, I wasn't planning on taking that out because that nut sits in there. So as you can see, there's not a lot of room for that to go. Somehow, some way, I was able to get that nut loose, which is this nut right here. I got that nut loose that was on here. So here, let me demonstrate real quick. This nut goes here, right? Whoop. So this nut goes here. But I wasn't planning on removing this nut because the axle was like right here. So, you know, in order to get that, theoretically, I would have had to stick something on top of here so this doesn't spin as I'm trying to remove this. But I decided to give it a go and try to remove the nut just to see if it would do it. And it was a miracle because I was able to get it out. As you can tell, this is out. So yeah. And then the rest, there was a hassle because that was getting stuck here. The control arm was getting stuck. I couldn't get it out. Couldn't find the right angle. This one was easy. And now the whole control arm is out. So now for the more tricky part, I gotta figure out how to put the new one in. Oh boy. All right guys, so I got the other control arm in. Check it out. Yes, I am very dirty because this is the side that has the broken axle. So got that in. It looks a lot better. Got that nut in. This, I will have to jack it up or lower the car with the wheel on it and then turn the wheel out. That way I have access to this. And put that in there. And on the bottom, these are the ones I was talking about. And look at that. That's what I was talking about. So if I wasn't able to take that nut out, I don't think I'd be able to do all of this. And like I was saying, you're supposed to put like an Allen. I don't know what that is, but as you can see, the axle's right there, so you can't put anything in there to hold that from spinning. So I just chanced it and tried to take that nut off, and thankfully it came on, and it came on pretty easily. I think I got lucky there though. We'll see on the other side how that goes. Over there. Same situation, just on the other side. All right, let's do this. And that's a wrap, guys. I am exhausted. I am dirty. I still got a soccer game to get to in like an hour. So, whew. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. The 335 is next. I'm gonna order those control arms, and then I'm gonna show you guys how to replace them. Those are a lot simpler, thankfully, or hopefully. We'll see.